Hey, American contractors, viewers of the American Contractor Show. I'm here with John Dye at Win the Storm, and I have to tell you, anyone that is associated with American Contractor Show, you are a badass.
Big shout out to American Contractor Show. If you don't know, you definitely need to check out the Storm Summit. They're doing it in excellence. Check them out.
Hey, what's up? This is your friend, Francisco Serrano. If you haven't checked it out, American Contractor Show, YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms, you need to go them, like them, start learning about your craft.
Hey, I'm Matt Danskin with Restoration Referral System. Check out the American Contractor Show. The truck that they've got is awesome. Everything else that they have going on.
This is Larry Bache with the Merlin Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Merlin Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the for changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I, as a contractor, appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor that's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
Happy Friday, everyone watching us here for our last forecast video before the holiday weekend. Thanks as always to our C3 group, Merlin Law Group, and American Contractor for being our sponsors. As always, you can check them out in the description below. And we have a pretty quiet start to this holiday weekend here. It's like Mother Nature might be taking a bit of a break, like a lot of folks are here for Labor Day weekend. The hail and wind chances are limited just today, and even then they are pretty minimal. We are checking in on the tropics. I mean, it is peak hurricane season. We gotta see what Larry's doing and see what other potential future storms may be in store here in the next few days. And happy Labor Day to everyone who watches the videos, from everyone here at Hail Trace. Hope everyone has a great holiday weekend. I know a lot of folks are working really hard with Ida, whether it's the immediate impacts in Louisiana or the remnant impacts up in the Northeast. Also, didn't think I'd be doing the video today, so if I'm a little see-through, this is just the right shade of green to start being to see through a little bit here. So a couple events coming up. The season opener for OU against Tulane University was moved from New Orleans to Norman, which is going to be tomorrow. That's not the technical start because it was an unexpected home game. So the first real home game that was originally on the schedule that we're going to be tailgating at is going to be on September 11th, the following Saturday against Western Carolina. We'll be out there tailgating. It's by the Bud Wilkinson House on Jenkins Ave. Come check us out. Got free food, free beer, and we'll be at all of the home games tailgating. So should be a great time. Even if you're not an OU fan, you can come hang out with us and enjoy some free food and some free beer. So we also have Thunder Road Race for Recovery. It's coming up quick. This is on September 15th here at the Oklahoma Motorsports Complex in Norman, Oklahoma. All proceeds go to Roofers in Recovery. Still plenty of time to sign up and get up in there. The link is in the link is in the description below. You can go sign up for the Race for Recovery. With that, should be a great time. These go-karts go pretty quick, 55 miles an hour. It's super fun. So it goes all to a great cause. And finally, we do have some more events coming up here. RoofCon's going to be in Florida, September 30th to October 2nd. Will there be a hurricane? Maybe. I know Derek's open for that. So use the code HAILYEAH. You get 10% off of your RoofCon tickets when you go on to the website here on roofcon.com. You put in that offer code, you will get a discount courtesy of us. So come join up for that. It's going to be in Florida. I hope to see you there. So what we saw yesterday, not too much. Pretty quiet weather day. Pretty typical, honestly, after a major tropical event. Usually the U.S. calms down a bit. Just a couple wind reports scattered around Kansas, one in Texas, and a little bit of activity. Some small hail happened in parts of Idaho and in the Salt Lake City area. Again, pretty minimal in terms of that hail. 5 hail reports, 11 wind reports. It brings our totals for the year. We might get close to that 5,000 reports for the year. It's going to be, we're really going to be in a lower echelon of hail for 2021 compared to previous years. We're way behind 2020 and way behind 2020 as well for wind, which was a banner year for crazy wind events. Currently across the country here, got some activity across sections of Wyoming. Have some rain in the area. This could have some storms a little bit later on. And then further off to the east here is quite a bit of rain across Kansas. I think some storms are possible later on this evening across southern Kansas. And then, whoops, I didn't want to have that there. But yeah, check out New Orleans. Weather is nice, thankfully, for recovery efforts across the NOLA region. Temperatures across the country. Notice there's a big difference in temperatures. It's 61 in Minneapolis, 76 in Kansas City, and in Denver, it's in the 90s here in Dallas. It's a big cold front easing to the south, going to cool off a lot of the southern plains. The first of probably many cold fronts across September here to slowly transition us out of summertime. So future radar for this afternoon, starting right now, pushing forward a couple hours. Some storms may form right on the front range by about 3:30 Central Time, about 2:30 Mountain Time. There could be a couple storms in the Denver area. It's really looking like that they're going to stay just to the east of the metro before they actually kind of get going to make some hail. Non-zero chance you could see some small hail this afternoon in the Denver area, but I think it's primarily going to stay off to your east. It gets more organized by about 5:30 off in eastern sections of Colorado, parts of Nebraska. Notice a couple storms forming in Kansas as well, right next to me there. And then as we push through the evening hours, looks to be more of a wind-driven event, some minor wind gusts with those Boeing storms that you see right in here. And the hail risk should be minimal. Wind risk should also be fairly minimum. A lot of heavy rain and maybe some microburst action, some downburst action through this evening. And then a whole bunch of rain moving into Kansas once we get into the late overnight hours. A lot of beneficial rain for Kansas, and that'll move into Oklahoma going into, I think, later on Saturday as well. This is your weird looking hail forecast here. I think that a storm prediction center called it a sock shaped. We have some hail possible. Again, low chances. You saw pretty scattered. Doesn't really look like storms conducive of making really big hail. So low chances across the board of that $250 size hail everywhere from Rapid City down to about Dodge City. Could see some hail with those storms when they initially form. Wind risk probably a little bit higher, but still pretty low. Overall, maybe only gusts to around 60, maybe 65 from Rapid City to Casper to Cheyenne to just east of Denver, all the way down to the Dodge City area, Garden City, Wichita, maybe even as far off to the east as Joplin, Missouri as well. It's going to be late hours, especially in Kansas after about 8 p.m. through late overnight into tomorrow morning. And for tomorrow, it's looking right now that there should be no hail, no severe hail anyway, anywhere in the country. There's a chance that there'd be a bit of a marginal risk across sections of Oklahoma and Missouri, as we do have a cold front, like I mentioned, sagging to the south, and that will bring cooler temperatures with it on Sunday, but some heavy rain, maybe some gusty winds around 60 miles an hour. But overall, I think the risks are going to be very minimal for this weekend, and that's all we're really seeing for severe weather through the entirety of the Labor Day weekend. So it should be pretty quiet for folks who may not be working super hard on any of the aftermath of the hurricane to have a nice barbecue and enjoy some family time. Hurricane Larry right now, winds at 90 miles an hour out in the middle of the Atlantic. Should pushing forward become a Category 3, the second major hurricane of the year by Saturday morning, and should continue to strengthen while we're out in the very favorable conditions in the middle of the Atlantic, up to a Category 4 status by Sunday morning, and that is going to continue through all the way into Wednesday morning, where it'll still be a major hurricane. Here's Bermuda to give you any kind of reference of where we are in the middle of the Atlantic. This looks like it very likely is going to be a storm that we call a fish storm. It's affecting shipping lanes, but for the most part it is not going to impact any real folks living around in the area here. I think it'll stay east of Bermuda even and curve up and go into the North Atlantic and be not a threat to the U.S. However, we're looking at the tropical outlook for the next 5 days. This could end up being a risk for the U.S. if it forms. We have a 0% chance next 2 days. The area disturbed weather is now over Central America. And by the next 5 days, it'll meander into the southern sections of the Gulf of Mexico. 30% chance next 5 days. A couple models are showing the potential of something forming and meandering towards Texas, but that is pretty far out. It's just something that we are keeping an eye on here through this weekend. And we did have a chance for something forming off of a tropical wave off the coast of Africa. Looking very unlikely now. The National Hurricane Center has minimized that down to 0% across the board. So it looks like we're not going to be seeing too much out of that right now. Of course, by the time we're back here on Tuesday, that some more development will happen. Again, we are in peak season. It doesn't take much to suddenly have something form, so make sure you don't miss out on that. Follow us on all of our social media platforms, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, whatever it is. It's all at Hail Trace, easy to find. Hit Steve First on Facebook so you don't miss any of our content, especially with the way the algorithms can be, making stuff kind of wash away in your news feed. Hit subscribe, hit the bell, whatever you got to do on YouTube. Follow us there. And feel free to give us a call at 855-334-4245. We still answer the phones even on the holiday weekend. Any questions you guys have, you're new here, you need stuff for training, whatever it is, we're happy to answer your questions. You can email us as well, info@hailtrace.com. Talking on the phone is not your thing. And visit our website. You can message us directly on our website as well through the Instant Messenger feature on our website. So have a great holiday weekend, everyone. We'll see you again Tuesday at 12 p.m. like we do every single weekday. Have a good one, guys.